we're here.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yes.
And I can see you are wearing a special dress. No?
Yeah, I am. So I'm off to off to an exercise in military clothes this weekend. So I'm actually leaving in just a short amount of time. Home guard
Mhm.
exercise, if you wonder.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably we can start right away since we.
yeah, let's do it. So we have this. Oh, sorry, I was about to show you this one. So you already have the agenda. I shared it in the Discord as well. There is just an HackMD document. So you will be able to see this on your own screen. And actually, if there is something that you want to comment, you can actually comment directly in the HackMD document if you want. What should we say? The first point is that I created a mid-survey yesterday. That survey is open just until Monday, if I remember correctly. But it's just supposed to be a short mid-survey. So in order to get some quick responses, it shouldn't take much time for anyone to fill in. It's just a couple of multiple choice questions. And if you want, you can add free text as well. I made this anonymous. If you want to put something in that if you want it to be non-anonymous, please write your name in the free text box below, because there are some questions that like I need more help or something like that, and obviously you need to point out who you are in that case. But it's your choice. If you don't put in any identification material, we won't be able to see who did the quiz or the survey.
Yeah, it's also a good survey to know how many people got their hardwares and how many people got started already and so on.
Yeah. So we're going to. That is why we have a very short deadline. Is that we make this like a short mid-survey quiz, get some temperature on how it's going in the course. If there is anything that you would like to give us a feedback to us, something that can be changed, or if you have an opinion about something, it could be good criticism, it could be something that you think is really bad and you won't tell it in the Discord channel, then obviously this might be the place. There will be a formal course survey when the course ends, obviously. But I wrote specifically in the survey that please don't account for like hardware problems when you think about the course. This is really outside the scope of what we can do anything about. So we have really tried at our absolutely best to try to handle everything. But so if you think that it's bad because I didn't get hardware, it's not anything we can do anything about. So just saying. Yeah, and then we got a comment here now from in the Discord. The TAs have been amazing, and I can vouch for that as well. They are amazing. So they have been amazing, they are amazing, and I'm sure they will be amazing as well. And that is really the bread and butter of this course, the TAs. So that's where I put a lot of time way before the course starts to actually pick the best TAs in Sweden, because that's what we have in this course. I'm sure about that. Okay, hardware status. There is a question mark. I think I just asked a quick question to all the TAs this morning, and it seems that many have gotten their hardware, but we don't really have the full picture. Do you have any more updates on that, Francis?
Not really, but from the survey I saw like 2% of the people did not or waiting for their hardware. So I guess most of the people got their hardware, and those who haven't should be getting by next week, probably,
Yeah.
hopefully.
So, and also we can mention that I've gotten some questions per mail, and I see some people are worried that, oh, I haven't got my hardware yet. Don't worry. Actually, you will be able to solve it. Obviously, you might be able. You perhaps need to put more time into it, but there is not a problem. Next week, the TAs are already prepared to do like the basics workshops from the beginning. We split up, and also there might be a lot of people that have come far along and can help out others. And I see that in the Discord server that there are many that are helping out, many students that are helping each other. And I do like that. It's really good. And Discord is, I mean, it's quite hard to keep track on everything, I know, and it's hard for us as well. So instead of trying to search and search and search, like, because there will be too much text, you won't be able to digest it all. The thing with Discord is that, well, you can ask the question again. There might be someone else that can just link to the previous question. Like if this has been answered before, then someone will help out. So please use it as like a hive mind or something like that. So don't try to like read up on everything, because if you try to do that, you will probably never, it will never end, I think, because we've used the Discord server for 3 years. But the thing is that if you start searching in the Discord server, you might actually find really good answers even from the previous years. So
yeah,
maybe we can mention something about the gist of the course. I just wanted to point that out, is that the lectures, I think we have already said this before, and this is per design. This is actually how we have designed the course, and is sort of like the gist and the magic sauce of the course is that you should be pursuing your project, and we are here with the TAs to get you as far as possible. We'll help you all the way. We have this IT roadmap, but there might be projects that are not even using the same hardware, not even using the same sensors. They are like totally different. It doesn't matter. As long as it's connected to the internet, then that's like what? And the lectures, they are less instructional per design. So that is why we don't fill the lectures with like hands-on. This is exactly how you connect your device via USB cable. This is how you set up Atom. This is how, because these things change very, very fast. So even a 6 months old instructional video of like exactly how to set up your Atom or install Node, it quickly goes out of date. Instead, we use the TAs and we use the workshops for that kind. And also, there are so much documentation information out there. So the lectures are more supposed to give you the broader overview. So when we talk about IoT, we talk about batteries, we talk about connectivity. These are like the overview of everything. So the lectures you might look at the lectures and see that, oh, where's the connection to actually my project? Obviously there is a connection. Everything is IoT. But from the lectures, you might not be able to learn exactly how you do your project. That is why we have the workshops. So I'm just iterating this over again. I think you have gotten, I think you understand, but I'm just saying it again. And also, if you find, there has been questions about like, oh, could you show me some good Python videos or something like that? Please share. Please, the internet is so full of everything. So, and this course is really about acquiring knowledge. So please share. If there is too much information, maybe we could create yet another channel when we share like good learning material from other sources. But it's not that it has to be from Linnaeus University or from our lectures. Please share whatever. Yeah. Should we add anything more to that, Francis? Or
No, but I guess that's the perfect example that we have. So, for example, yesterday Marco had a great lecture on LoRaWAN. So, from that lectures, we learned what is LoRaWAN. But in the workshops or with the TAs, we use LoRaWAN. So that's basically highly connected parts between the lectures and the hands-on.
Yeah. And yeah, you added this course materials.
So yeah, based on the interest, basically the slides are not always available, but the teachers that are involved in this course, they made their slides available. So we also made them available to the students. So in the planning page, you can see that there are lecture notes from various lectures we already had. So you can get the slides and follow them, or even take them if you like them.
Great. That's a good way of using the planning page as well. So.
And then we also have quizzes. So quiz 1, I think, is well on its way. So more than 215 participants already participated. And then quiz 2 is the soft deadline is today, but still you can finish it before the end of the course. So it's about 50%, I think, students finished quiz 2. And then the quiz 3 will be published next week. That will be based on IoT infrastructure, network, and so on. So that the lecture materials that we had from Marco and others this week. And of course, the scores or the average scores are really high. So that's a good sign, meaning that people are enjoying the learning materials and they have very basic and enough knowledge on the IoT and relevant concepts.
That's nice. And I think we had a comment that there was something in the quiz, on the Python quiz, that wasn't totally right. You could interpret it in a different way, I think. So please keep these comments coming. So don't take anything for a truth. Please criticize us if we do something that doesn't make sense. It's really just making everything better. So we really enjoy when you point out things that is not right or could have been better. So, and also you mentioned the soft deadlines, because I've gotten some questions as well that, I have missed the quiz to make the quiz, but soft deadline means essentially that there is no deadline. As you will be able to do the quizzes until the end of the course. So that means that you will be able to do all the quizzes the last week, and it actually won't even reflect the grade of the course. But as long as you do them, it's fine. Why we have the deadlines is obviously to keep you on the track that you have. Well, we have a sort of a topic for each week, and these quizzes are more or less aligned to that. So yeah, please try to do them every week. It's made for that. So, but don't worry if you haven't done any yet. Well, just start doing them, and you can do them as many times you like.
Yeah.
I changed the time limit to 60 minutes. Also, some commented that, well, why have a time limit of 20 minutes? And I think I think we might just put 20 minutes. I'm not sure how, why we did it, but we have changed it. So, okay. Workshops.
Yeah, so basically, since we are in the middle of the workshops, I just wanted to keep this point out because we have a week 4 that is fully dedicated to workshops. So even some people are a bit behind as of now, they can cover up next week and also on week 4. So don't rush or don't be worried. You still have time to catch up if you are not up to the point where you are reading the sensors or sending the data to some cloud services and so on. So this week 4 is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, full of workshops. So I think the most important week of this for this course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we have already mentioned it, but the workshops is really like the place to be. And please be there. I know that last year we had this silent working channel. I'm not sure if that has been used yet. I actually haven't checked, but last year a lot of students like joined in for workshop, and they didn't want to maybe listen to others, but still they wanted to be sort of active, and people can see that, oh, I'm sitting here working with my project. And then you can join the silent channel. It seems to make no sense, but it actually makes sense, because you get some sort of belonging that you're actually doing something, and it's sort of sitting in a silent room in a library or something like that. People can see that you're sitting there and working, but yeah. So that is something maybe we will see more use of that later on. But if you're anyway sitting and working with your project, jump into the silent channel. It gives a good indication of how many people are actually working now. You don't need to have your headphones on or anything, but just that you get a sense of belonging, that you're working together with others, even on distance. Sounds a little bit crazy, but I think it makes sense in some way. Yeah. Yes, and some questions have come up about handing in late. And I would say that, well, obviously we do recommend that you try absolutely your best to follow the plan. It will make the life easier, and it will also be more fun to do everything in time. But as all university courses, we are actually obliged to give you yet another chance. Actually, formally, we need to do 2 hand-ins after the first examination. But the previous years, we have sort of had a flexible hand-in August. So we will have that this year as well.
Yeah, and this summer course, I mean, it feels good if we can finish it by summer. So
yeah, exactly. And it will make everyone's life easier, because there will be no TAs helping you out in August. You will be more or less a little bit more on your own. Obviously, people might still hang in the Discord channel, but well, we will see much less activity. And also from us, like both me and Francis Francis, you're going to Canada.
Probably in August I might not be available that much. So
yeah. So but other things are happening. We start new courses and such. So to get like the optimal scenario is try to do it. Okay. A short guide on how to use Discord. I wrote that down. I'm not sure if I actually want to do a screen share of the Discord server. I've just thought about it, that I'm actually showing a lot of people's real names in a YouTube stream. So I'll not do that. But what I could say is that try to use the notifications buttons. If you feel that there are too many things that are happening, like, oh, I'm bogged down by notifications, you can actually choose if you want to silence a channel. You can also choose in the server settings when you press that one, if you want to have all notifications or only mentions of you or those things. So there is a lot of settings that you can tweak so you can get it as you want. And all the different channels, you're able to collapse them as well. So there is this little choice that you can collapse and expand sections, also to make it a little bit more easy to go around, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And also the threads. If you're discussing something, I would say that try to use the threads. So let's say that you ask a question, and then there is like, oh, I need help with installing this DHT11 sensor. I can't really understand how I do it. Or like, instead of answering that question with the reply button, you can answer it by starting a thread, and then it will be less cluttered. Then you can start to discuss as much as possible in that specific topic within that thread. So those things, if everyone tries to use the thread function as much as possible, it will be much easier to actually follow the discussions and less cluttered. Yes, there are some people typing now. Maybe also the TAs could put in like a Discord 101 session. And to be honest, I'm not the expert on Discord. I obviously use it. So how do I create a thread? I got a question here. You press the little...
Yeah, just right click on your message and you just get the create thread option.
Yeah, I answered that as well. And then we can go on. It's now time for at least mentioning the how we're going to do the actual IoT tutorial. So those of you that have started on your projects, I think it's actually a good idea to start right away to check out the project tutorial / report like you're handing, and you can actually start working on that right away. You can start describing your project. If you finish it already this week, well, you're more or less, you can be done early, I mean, so that is not a problem. And this is linked in, if you look at our webpage, there is this IoT tutorial template here. If we also look at the study guide, I think it will be linked in this as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can see a link here as well, tutorial template. If you press that tutorial template, you will come to a new website. And this is an HackMD website. And we made it in HackMD just because it will be easy for you to sort of copy paste from that. But in this, there is quite extensive instructions. Hopefully they are good enough for you to understand just by reading, but there is also a recording. And don't worry, this is actually the same recording I did last year. You can see that the year here is 2021. But I was about to record yet a new one for this year. But I looked at the old one and, well, I think it was good enough. So I just saved the time and we keep this one. So this is a video which I suggest that you actually take your time and watch. It's 30 minutes long. Watch the video, read the text, and then, well, just go on. There is, I think, everything that you need with links and everything. So what you should be copying is below this, like here starts the template. So what you can do is sort of copy paste from this template, and these checkboxes that you see here, you're not supposed to keep the checkboxes and this text, but what you are supposed to do is that you need to sort of check this. You need to write why you chose the project. You need to describe the purpose it serves, and you also need to think about the insights you think it will give. So you need to describe these things. And all the checkboxes, this is also explained in the video, so I can keep it very short, but all the checkboxes, all of them add up to, if I remember correctly now, 27 checkboxes. So it's sort of a grading system, so that if you fulfill all the checkboxes, then you will have sort of 27 points. And that is an A project. So try to fulfill all these checkboxes if you want to go for the A. Obviously, there is like more gray areas on what is complex enough and how much text and so. But as soon as you start writing your report, everything will most likely be more clear. And this report is made so it should be sort of putting your thumb and that's following. So this it's made for like keeping it as easy as possible. I won't tell you so much more because I think it's better that you actually watch the video, read the text, and then we iterate back. We can bring this up even next week on the weekly blog if there are like questions on how to do this. And the report is obviously going to be written in another platform. So you write your report in HackMD or GitHub. These are like the two options that you have. And then you will actually get a public link for your project. So that is the link that you're going to put in Canvas later on when we hand in. So you're not going to put in your text into Canvas. You write your report, you can work with your report, you have this public link, you take that link and you put it in as a link in the submission. So that's the way we do it. Okay.
Yeah, and then there is basically 3 big things happening in the last week of the course, like that's the 5th week. So the presentations of the project, that will be from Monday to Wednesday. Once you are done with the presentations, or maybe around the same time, you will also do your peer reviews, because these 2 parts are also essential for your grading. For peer reviews, everyone is mandatory. For presentations, only the A grade and B grade projects. And then we will have Mehdi, who will be basically doing the actual grading of the reports. Yeah. So all of these things are happening on week 5.
Yeah, and you haven't met Mehdi, but he's going to read everything. So he's been volunteering to take that part, to read every little single word from all the projects and summarize. Obviously, both me and Francis will also. I'm the examiner and course administrator for the course. Obviously, it's my job to grade you, but me reading 200 plus reports is taking a lot of time. So that is why we distributed a little bit. But me and Francis will most likely read everything, I think. But Mehdi is like the main responsible for reading all the reports in week 5, just as you know. Those of you that do A and B projects we'll probably spend more time on those, me and Francis. Okay, but that happens the 5th week. So 5th week will be it will be a lot that happens the last week in the course. So there will be more information about project presentations, but you will book in a time. Those that do the A and B project, you're required to present your project, and that we do last week. And those project presentations from previous years have been really one of the highlights of the course. So fun. So when everyone is showing their stuff, they're showing these fantastic projects. And I would say that I would say many people, even though those that are not presenting, are joining in and watching. So we will prepare a schedule, and you will be able to choose a slot and everything. So that is why we prepare and ask those things, that if you want to opt in for a high grade or not, so we can do this last week as good as possible. So there are 3 placeholders now. It's 3 days. So it will be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the last week. Then there will be presentations. Obviously not obligatory. So if you want, you can skip them. Obviously, if you're going to present, you can't skip them. But the main thing is that it's really, really fun, and it's also really nice of you being a good student colleague if you listen in to your peers. So that's super nice, and I really hope that's going to be as good or even better than what we have had last years. Okay. You mentioned about the peer reviews. There will be that will be super clear when we come to that point, but everyone will get 3 others reports to read. So everyone in the course will have to read 3 other persons' reports. And that is going to be randomized. And that is why we need to keep those deadlines. And when you read them, you are going to grade them just according to this point system that we have, sort of just counting the checkboxes. It's actually not more hard than that. And obviously, when you do the peer reviews, because that is some question that often comes up, are you able to change your report? Yes, you are. That's the thing. When you hand in the report for the peer review, your peer will, it's not a blind review, so your peer will obviously see who you are, and then you can directly sort of say that maybe I suggest that you do this and this and this. So yes, you will be able to change it even better. So that's the point. We try to make everything better. We're not trying to, do it worse for you. The presentations are last year. We've had I got a question here about how the presentation is done. I can just tell you how we have done it last years. First year we did it on Zoom. Last year we did it on YouTube, but not a public link, but an unlisted link. I think that we will do that this year as well, but let's come back to that, because there are many ways of doing it. And the main thing is that it should be easy for everyone to join in and everyone to listen and such. So I don't think we will do it on Discord. I think we'll try to do it maybe in this format on YouTube, but then an unlisted link, because you're not required to be put in a public space on video. Okay.
Next week is basically our final week of the lectures. So we will have 2 lectures from Pietro about Docker, TIG stack, MQTT, and so on. One on edge computing and one on privacy and security.
Yeah. Time flies fast. Yeah, but that's correct. And there might always be something more that adds up. I don't know, but as you have seen, we've had a lot of lectures this last weeks. So I'm really impressed by so many people joining in, even like when I know that you've been in workshops maybe half day, and then there are lectures at 5 and 6 and then at 7, and then we had one last day we had 3 lectures. And the day before that it was 2, I think. And so there are a lot of lecture material in the beginning, but the thing is that as you're anyway able to watch them even later, we are putting like as much as possible in the beginning. There is a question if we're going to have a lecture on Node-RED. Actually, that is a good question. I am not sure if Pietro is going to speak about Node-RED. If he is not, then we won't have a lecture on Node-RED, but that would be nice, actually. I'll try to think about that. Otherwise, there are actually really, really good lectures online already, which we might be able to point out a good one on Node-RED in that case. But Node-RED is really a great tool when working with IoT, especially when you go into the cloud architecture and sort of gluing things together. Node-RED is really a good tool. Okay, and then there is just one point left, isn't it?
Yes, that's the most interesting part, or most fun part, I would say.
Yeah.
This course. That's on Tuesday, right?
Yes, on Tuesday, also on tisdag. Then we will start this live stream at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock in the morning, and it will actually go on until 9 o'clock in the evening. So this will be a full day. And you might wonder, why are we doing a full day of live streaming? I mean, that's not very a traditional way of doing a course. But that is because we wanted to find a format when we can actually showcase like all the full chain of building an IoT application. And that takes some time. So the point of this live stream is that in the beginning of this day, people will meet up, and I think it will be 3 different groups of people. So we have actually one company, Uptilt, and there will be 2 groups of lecturers and students. So 3 different groups. And they will in the morning get an assignment that they're going to build I think we're talking about air quality measuring, but there might be changes. I know that Daniel is planning this actual event at this moment, but it doesn't matter that much exactly what it is. The thing is that they will be given like, okay, this is a problem, and then they're going to build an IoT solution. And when I say build, they are going to work with the development. So they're going to start with the breadboard. They're obviously going to choose hardware. They need to choose the right connectivity options. So they might end up all with the same solution, or they might end up with 3 different solutions. That's really up to the groups. Yeah. Then they are going to build a 3D case. So they're going to use the 3D printer to build a case for this thing, this application, this device. And we are also going to let the groups design and build the PCB board. So the actual electronics board, we do have a PCB printer in the lab. So that is something that we're also going to utilize. And they're going to build the web application. So there are quite some people that are going to join in that day that are actually professional developers in web programming. So hopefully we'll be able to see the full chain, and that and even a day might be very short. Obviously, this will be a prototype, and it will be a lot of like quick fixes and something and such. But the point is that in the end of this day, I think we have written in our schedule now, like at 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening, then there will be presentations from all these groups when they are going to present what they have done. At the same time, during the day, we have filled in a lot of interesting other material. So we will see the connected beehive, and also on demand, because we got the question that, well, we'll showcase the Starlink. We have the Starlink in the lab, so we're going to set that up and show that one. We are going to also visit Dublin. So I am actually at the conference together with Johan Leitet in Dublin, and this is an IoT conference. So we are going to be live from that conference, and hopefully give some nice insights. I don't know, or just drinking Guinness. We don't know. The thing is that everything isn't planned. We will also go to Böda-Sand with one team. So that is one of the local energy company, Kalmar Energi. We'll go to Böda-Sand up north part of Öland. And they are going to live stream from that site when they install weather stations and passenger counters, people counters, and also I think it's parking sensors, I think, as well. So that will also happen during the day. And there might also be some, I think also we have the vice chancellor, so the rector of Linnaeus University is also joining in for a discussion about technology and history and how that sort of comes together with the current world situation with Ukraine and wars and everything. So we'll try to get that. And also book club. Yeah, I did also almost forgot the book club. So there will be a book club discussion over lunchtime. The thing with this live stream is that last year we had a lot of people that were like just tuning in and interacting with the live stream, with like commented, and also we will be monitoring Discord all day. So everything will sort of like be, if you put something up in Discord, we will be able to pick it up right into the stream. So that's about it. And we think this is a really fun way of doing things. So don't miss it. And if you miss it, you will be able to see it in after it has been broadcasted as well. One thing to add during this is that, well, obviously this live stream is going to be fun. We do it because we think it's fun, and we're going to showcase like the full chain of IT development. But there is one thing during this day that is linked to the course objectives. There will be a quiz on 3D printing, and that quiz will be the last quiz. That will be on week 4. But the 3D printing quiz is one of the course objectives. That is, so there will be a 3D printing workshop during the live stream. And that 3D printing workshop is sort of the lecture that will happen during the day. So tune in for that moment. Obviously, we are going to make a chapter for that and sort of link it. So even if you miss the whole day, you will be able to find that part very easy. But that will happen, I think, at 1 o'clock. But please check the schedule. We'll add it. So it's this. We haven't got any more questions. I think that's about it. Do we need to add something else?
No, I think we are good. We shared almost everything we wanted to share, and you are also running out of time in this, so we can.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. In that case, I will see you next week, everyone. So you will see. Francis, you have a lecture on Monday, or are you joining in on any of those lectures?
I will host both the Pietro's lecture.
Yeah, so you will probably see Francis on Monday then, I guess, and then you will be able to see me and Francis and everyone else. And then I'm really saying everyone, because you will see a lot of new people on Tuesday. So Tuesday is really the day to watch in, have fun, and you will be able to meet actually a couple of the TAs are joining in physically in Kalmar. So if you want to meet the TAs and see when they are working with IT projects and not just helping you out, well, tune in on Tuesday, because it will be fun.
Yeah. And with that, have a nice weekend, everyone, and enjoy your Ireland trip.
Yeah. Thanks, and nice weekend.